Bible says he brought the woman to eat Adam. He brought the woman to her, and Adam took her. God didn't make Adam get with her. God brought the woman to Adam. You follow me? Amen. He made the woman for who? Adam. What is a woman made for? The man. If you go betroth a woman, right? You have a marriage with a woman, and then you cleave unto that woman. Well, that's what God made her for. See, people, when they talk about intercourse, people get like, like they don't know what that means. They think intercourse is just a fun thing. They don't think it has no significance when it comes to being married. What you think that is? They think it's just a fun thing. That's why if you don't have a marriage with someone and you go have an intercourse with them, you are either called an adulteress or a fornicator. Amen. Because that thing you do, God has a law. Amen. You have to take a wife first. If you haven't took a wife and you go into a woman, you're a fornicator or adulteress. Read on.
And said, for this cause shall a man leave father and mother and shall cleave to his wife.
Why? Because he's male and female. Leave father and mother and cleave unto his wife. Read.
And they twain shall be one flesh.
All right. Now you have two being one. Am I right?
Yeah.
My God, that's why when you see I've never heard of a married couple fussing when they doing the oneness. Have you? I've never, you ain't gonna never find that. You never find a couple doing the oneness and fussing. I don't care if he just got finished cheap with salad. And just jumped out of the window from messing with Betty. But when the married couple doing the oneness, they never fuss. Why? For then are they one flesh. Follow me. Amen. Paul even spoke and said, come back together. If a man and woman are always one flesh, how can they come back together? Glory to God. See, I'm going to explain to you. Men preaching, they don't have it. That's right. They don't have it. They reading the book. Amen. If Paul told them to come back together, I thought they was always one. Glory to God. Amen. Amen. Something needs to be rightly divided. Yeah, that's right. Because the Bible don't contradict itself. If they always one, why did Paul say that they come back together? Did it say that? Read, hold that. Get 1 Corinthians 7th chapter and hold that, because we're going to dive all into that. And find when he said, let them come back together again.
1 Corinthians 7 and 5.
All right, 1 Corinthians 7 and 5.
Defraud ye not one the other.
Defraud ye not one another.
Except it be with consent for a time.
Except it be with consent for a time.
That ye may give yourselves to fasting and prayer.
That you may give yourself to fasting and prayer.
And come together again.
And what?
And come together again.
If you're always one, how you going to come together again? Am I right? Amen. Am I right? Amen. So that's proven that what? There are times when man and wife are not one. Because if they were always one, Paul could not say that they come together again. If you're one, you can't come together. You're already together. Amen. Am I right? Amen. So you husband and wives, they told you that you're always one flesh and got you all twisted up. Your husband in Alaska doing research, and you over down in Africa, in the jungle doing research, and they say you're one flesh, and you look and you don't see your husband nowhere, and you see your flesh, and you say, how am I one flesh and my spouse is over there in Africa? Huh? You got to come back together